don't know. Well, I don't know.
Quiet, please. I am trying to concentrate here.
Well, what have you got so far?
Me?
Yeah, what have you written?
Ping, droppa, foofed, Inglewarp carcinoma. That's as far as I've got.
I like the foofed.
Yeah, it's, onomatopoeic.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like it could use some punching up.
Well, sure, you can always go back and add a few jokes. You gotta get the through line first.
Well, is it Hamlet?
I don't know, I'm a monkey.
You know, they could have given us a clue or something.
Or maybe a story conference?
That would defeat the whole point of the experiment.
Right, I know. 3 monkeys typing into infinity will sooner or later produce Hamlet.
Yep.
Completely by chance.
And Dr. Rosenbaum up in the booth is gonna prove it.
Oh, but what is Hamlet?
I don't know.
What is Hamlet?
I don't know.
You know, this is really stupid.
Do you have anything better to do? The sooner we produce the goddamn thing, the sooner we can get out of here.
But what do we owe this Rosenbaum? A guy who stands outside those bars and says, that one's Milton, that one's Swift, and that one's Kafka, just to get a laugh?
Yeah. What is a Kafka, anyway? Why am I a Kafka?
Search me.
What is a Kafka?
Well, all his four-eyed friends seem to think it's a stitch.
And how are we supposed to write Hamlet if we don't even know what it is?
So the chances are pretty slim.
Yeah, and this from a guy who's supposed to be smart. This from a guy at Columbia University.
Well, the way I see it is there's sort of a providence that oversees all of our works. Rough draft them as we might.
Well, how about you, Milton? What do you got?
Me?
Yeah, read us some.
Sure.
Of man's first disobedience, and the fruit of that forbidden tree, whose mortal taste brought death.
That's good. It's got rhythm. It really sings.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, is it Shakespeare?
Oh, who cares? It's got real voice there.
Well, does Dr. Rosenbaum care about voice? Does he care about anybody's individual creativity?
Well, let's think about this from Rosenbaum's perspective.
You know what? No! He brings us in here to produce copy, and then all he wants is a clean draft of somebody else's work. We're getting peanuts here to be somebody's hat!
Writing is a month's game anyway, Swifty.
Well, it hath made me mad.
Why don't you just buckle down, get the project over with, set yourself a schedule. In the morning, when you're fresh, write for a few hours, take a break, come back in the afternoon, write for a few more hours, and then retire for a shot of papaya and some masturbation. What's the big deal?
Well, if this Rosenbaum was worth anything, we'd be working on word processors, not these antiques. He's like he could find 3 who type this good, and then he treats us like those misfits at the Bronx Zoo. I mean, a tire swing? What does he take us for?
I liked the tire swing. I thought that was a nice touch.
You know, well, I can't work under these conditions. It's no wonder I'm producing garbage.
How's the rest of yours go, Milton?
Oh, let me see. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Ah, whose mortal taste brought death into the Blamagam, bed socks, knockwurst, Tinkerbell. Well, what do you think?
Well, Blamagam was good.
I don't know.
What is it? Is it the tone? Damn it, I knew this was a stretch for me.
No, I'm just not sure it has the same expressive intensity or pungent lyricism as the first part.
Well, sure, it needs rewriting. What doesn't? And this is a rough draft, so you need to... No. Lights on.
This bit.
Are they watching?
What?
I said, are they watching?
I don't know, I've got my paws over my eyes.
What?
What is the point of this?
Why did he videotape our bowel movements?
What?
lines of that.
Well, at least it'll fuck up his data.
20 lines of that, and I went dry. I got blocked. I felt like I was repeating myself.
Do you think that that's in Hamlet?
I don't know. I'm not supposed to be here anyway. I'm not a writer. I'm a monkey. I'm supposed to be swinging from the branches and digging up ants, not sitting under fluorescent lights for 10 hours a day.
It is a long way home to the gardens of sweet Africa, where the lawns and the level downs and flocks, grazing the tender herbs, so sweetly interposed with...
paradise, wasn't it?
Lost.
Lost?
Lost.
You know, I'm actually trying to address some of that in this new piece, but it's still fairly close to the bone.
Hey, you know, they think just because they keep us locked up in here that they're more powerful than we are.
They are more powerful than we are.
They think just because they control the means of production that they can suppress the workers.
Things are the way they are. What are you going to do about it?
Well, hey, how come you're always so goddamn ready to justify the way of Rosenbaum to the Apes?
No. Do you have any independent food source?
No.
So call me a collaborator. And I happen to be a professional. If Rosenbaum wants Hamlet, then I'm going to do my best to give it to him. Just don't forget what we are, okay? We're not brain surgeons. And we're not astrophysicists. We're chimps. And for apes in captivity, this is not a bad deal.
You know, the most frightening thing is if we stay in here long enough, we'll evolve into Rosenbaum.
Evolve? Into Rosenbaum?
Brush up on your Darwin, baby. We're more than kin and less than kind.
Do either of you have a cigarette?
I'm all out.
Don't look at me. I'm not going to satisfy those voyeurs with the old smoking chimp act. No, thank you.
Swifty. You have to use the system. Use it.
What do you mean?
Watch me while I put on my antic disposition. My favorite.
They should have thrown in a Cupid doll for that performance.
It worked, didn't it?
Yeah. You do your bonzo routine and you get a Galoise. Last week I totaled a typewriter and I got a whole carton of Marlboros.
Yeah, you took a crap on him. You didn't smoke them.
Yeah, it was a political statement.
You got your statement, I got my cigarette. All's well that ends well.
It's the only way we know they're watching.
What?
We perform, we break typewriters, we type another page, and a cigarette appears. It's the only way we know that somebody out there is paying attention to us.
A resident philosopher.
What'll happen if one of us actually does write Hamlet? I mean, here we are, set down to prove that inadvertent virtues and randomness can produce something that we wouldn't even recognize if it passed through our hands, but what if one of us actually does it?
Will we really be released?
Will they give us the keys to the city and a ticker tape parade?
Or will they move us on to Ulysses? Why did they pick Hamlet in the first place? I mean, what are they to Hamlet or Hamlet to them that we should care? Boy, that's respect that makes calamity of such long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's constantly,
Swifty.
the pangs of despite and love, the lost delay!
Swifty! Calm down, will you?
I wish I could get Rosenbaum in here and see how he does at producing Hamlet. Well, that's it!
What?
Well, that's it! Forget about this random Hamlet crap. What about revenge?
Revenge? What, on Rosenbaum?
Well, who else? Hasn't he bereft us of our homes and families and stepped in between us and our expectations?
How would we do it?
Easy. We lure him in here to look at our typewriters like something's wrong, and then we poison the typewriter keys.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah! Some juice of the curse of the bonus spread liberally over the keyboard. It ought to work like a charm.
Brilliant.
If that doesn't work, we invented the tire swing and invite him in for a ride. Plus, I challenge him to a duel.
Sensational.
Can't you see it? In the course of combat, I casually graze my rapier over the poisoned typewriter keys, and then a hit! A palpable hit! As a reserve, we lay out a cup with some venomous distillate. We'll put the pellet with the poison in the vessel with the pestle.
Okay, all right, I'm going to get back to work, and I suggest you two do the same. The man is going to want his pages.
Well, it's not a bad idea, but
Well, what are you two doing? I'm onto something here.
I think it's hopeless, Swifty.
Let's see, where was I?
But this is the goods.
No.
The readiness is all, I guess.
Damn straight, honey. You just tell me when that cake key gives out.
Fine. You two serfs go back to work. I'll do all the thinking around here. Swifty, revenge!
Okay. It's Socks-Knockers, Tinkerbell. Schwanstuckel, yeah. Schwanstuckel.
Act 1, Scene 1, Elsinore Castle, Denmark.
Hemorrhoid.
Enter Bernardo and Francisco.
Pomegranate.
Bernardo says, "Who's there?"
Bazooka.